Premier League is back and the tides are changing. The colors on the ribbon of the Premier League are slowly turning from red to blue. That result over the weekend, I mean, it's now very much not in anyone's hands. It is open for two people now, quite there. And I mean, we all knew Man City were going to win their home game. Everybody, we hoped for a different result. The manner in which the result came also is, I don't know. It doesn't matter. What matters is they got the result they needed, which everyone in the world knew they were going to get, and it's game on.
Yep, it's open race. Now it's in the balance. They have an extra game. I think that's the only slim advantage. They have an extra game. But Burnley are going down, and I think if Man City beats them, they go down. So one might think that Burnley would want to put up a fight, but I mean, Burnley knows they are going down, whether they beat City or not. So let's wait and see how that one goes. But right now, every team has it in their hands. If Man City win their games and Arsenal win their games, then it's goal difference. So everybody has it in their hands at the moment.
Yeah, about even but in that game, really, the game was a very open game, so to say, as opposed to Arsenal previous games. It just didn't matter because they didn't get the result eventually. But I don't know. I think they had it in them, and just because they were not strong enough, and they didn't win it. I think it went down to that. Just it wasn't about tactics or about flair. It was just about who was stronger at the end of the day. And if you see the duels between Kusanov and Havertz, or Kusanov and Martinelli, or Havertz or Haaland and Gabriel, or the people that won the duels won the game. And even Rodri and Rice there, he just couldn't win any duel. And it was we tried, but Man City were just they wanted it more clearly. They knew that was the only way back.
No, I agree with you on that. And to be sincere, I liked how Arsenal played. I know this statement might look diabolical because you might say you like how they played, but they did not win the game. And everybody says the most important thing is to win the game. But when you approach a game like this, you have to choose an approach. And the approach that Arsenal chose, according to me, was the best approach for this game because you can decide to go pragmatic. But you can decide to go pragmatic, you can decide to go on the front foot. Any strategy wins you the game. If you go pragmatic, you have to do it so good. If you go on the front foot, you have to do it so good because any strategy well played wins you the game. I mean, Shaki beat 4 people to score. So there were numbers and he still scored. So sometimes it's not always about that. So that's why I like when Arsenal came for it and went with Man City toe to toe. So the reason why I like this strategy that Arsenal employed is they created chances, probably more chances than Man City. Man City also created chances. So it came back to what I've been saying. What is the talent up front? Because the only difference in this game was Arsenal did not put their chances away. And now when you can't put your chances away, that has nothing to do with the strategy. Because even when you become pragmatic and you create a chance, you have to put it away. But then there are some, I mean, there's that 1v1 that Havertz did not put away, but Arsenal was still in the game. And then there's that free header at the end. If you put away one of those two, you come away with the
clear chance that he received, and he just felt a light touch and went down, and he was clear through 1v1. Kusanov was behind.
Exactly.
I mean, he just because he scored that goal. I mean, I think he was on the pitch too long. I think he wasted a lot of chances. Havertz.
He did. People talking about it's the first time he played 90 and I don't know how many games. And I understand that, but this is not a game where you now have to return, to show somebody sympathy and all that stuff. He can play the whole of next season if he proves to be better. You started, you pressed well, you got that goal, but then you don't really seem to be on the front foot. I still believe that 1v1 and you have to give Havertz credit for being in that chance. But I think that if Gyökeres is in that space, that is what he does. And I also feel that that free header might be what he does. But Gyökeres probably gave a manager an excuse to leave him on the bench. But I just still feel that Havertz was there for long. But my whole point is I like how Arsenal set up. The loss has nothing to do with how Arsenal set up. The way Arsenal set up created chances. And a formation you put out, a setup you put up is to create chances. They created those chances. You have to put them behind the net. They did not put it behind the net. And Man City did. And it kind of, Man City are having this kind of luck, according to me, where opponents are not putting chances away. Like they got away with one yesterday when Arsenal did not put away those two chances. They got away with some in Chelsea. Chelsea could have put away chances in the first half. Even in the Cup versus Liverpool, it's the same thing. Man City are a beneficiary of opponents. Currently, many opponents in Premier League, like the top teams, there's that lack of clinicality that made Man City get away with Chelsea, get away with Liverpool, and that's the reason they got away with 3 points yesterday. Because any clinicality from Arsenal, any of those two chances go in, and we're talking about a tie, and the title race looks different.
Yep, even the Eze post, everybody was beaten, including the keeper. It was just bad luck. I mean, Shaki hit post in, Eze hit post out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because he beat 4 people almost. There was like 4 people manning him, and he hit it with the left foot, shuffled it. It's just unlucky that he went outside. And Shaki's will be highlighted, but is
Yeah, true. He beat
yeah,
everybody on that one. He just did not beat the post.
yeah, we just didn't beat the post.
Shaki's post was good defending. Was good defending because it hits the post of Gabriel. It hits the post of Gabriel. Shaki did not just hit the post straight. It comes off Gabriel.
No, it didn't hit the post of Gabriel. No, he just went onto the post.
The one
Gabriel
that
was left 2 inches away.
no,
He left
the one,
Gabriel, left Hincapié. I don't know why I'm praising him,
the
but
one that
anyway.
went straight, the one that went straight to the post was Haaland's. But
Telling
Ali,
you.
you need to check that highlight, and I'm even checking the highlight today, and the commentator says VAR has had a look and cleared it because Gabriel has his hands locked in and he leans on the ball, so the ball brushes off Gabriel's arm before going to the
You're
goal.
saying the one that hit the post, the one that
Yeah.
didn't go in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that one was defensive. That one was defended. Yeah.
I was trying to compare when Shaki hit the post versus when Eze hit the post. And I think that for Shaki, it was well defended. But for Eze, everybody was beaten except the.
Yeah. I was just unlucky. That's what I was trying to say. It was just not a good day in the office. But that does not matter. We lost the points. And that means the maximum points you can get is 85. Just like Man City.
Let's see, because I low-key believe that both teams don't make not all teams will make 85. I thought so. Earlier on, I said that these teams were going to drop points. Both City dropped, Arsenal dropped. And I just feel like where we stand right now, let's wait and see. I mean, I still insist that City hasn't had a pragmatic team which is clinical. If they get a clinical side, they may end up dropping points. The way Arsenal has been going by the last game, I can say that they're getting back in form. Looking at how Arsenal played versus Man City yesterday, that team does not lose to Bournemouth.
No.
That team does not lose to Bournemouth. So I'm hoping that was form coming back, because if you play like that versus Bournemouth, you have a different conversation.
Yeah.
Now, if Arsenal pick up and continue that way, yes, they are still solid. If they take a foot back, then we are looking at who blinks first. Does City blink first or does Arsenal blink first?
Well, City have a chance to go ahead, but we'll get into that. Another really big game over the weekend. I mean, it's Chelsea United is somehow not the biggest game of the weekend. How life has changed.
Wow.
If this was mid 2008, 2009, 2010, this would be the fixture of the month along the weekend.
Man,
Yeah,
Yeah, we fell off.
Chelsea are not a big club anymore. I mean, this is the third game without a goal and the sixth loss in the last seven. The only win coming against Port Vale.
No, you are making them look better. It's 4 goals. It's 4 games without a goal, not 3.
Oh, it's 4 straight games without a goal.
3-0, 3-0, 1-0. 1-0 was Newcastle. Then Man City put them to 3. Everton put them to 3. United put them to 1.
Yeah. I mean, Chelsea had chances in this game, but Man United had a bit just above more quality, it seems like, especially up front, because it was a clinical goal, clinical finish. Both teams looked almost equal, but Man United had the edge because of their clinicality. I don't know how you saw the game.
Yeah, it was more of an open game. I think each team would have done better. It's only that we had that slight clinical edge. But if you look at the whole game, how it went, I've seen conversations of United having been lucky, but I don't really think it was any luck because, according to me, it was more of a good defensive output. We went out there knowing we were weak defensively, and the midfield turned up. Casemiro was just something else defensively yesterday. I mean, I understand they gave Bruno man of the match because if you influence a goal, you get that man of the match. But Casemiro positioning defensively was just wild in that game. Crosses in, Casemiro is there. And I've always said that Kobe Mainoo is not a good player defensively. But having watched him yesterday, I really don't know where he has been because he put in a defensive shift. But then you look at the chances that Chelsea had that make people say United were lucky. I might say maybe lucky a little bit because we talk about Chelsea having beaten the post and the crossbar, but Estevao hits the post and that's a deflection of Luke Shaw. That's a save.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, if a goalkeeper touches with the fingertips and the ball hits the crossbar, that's a world class save.
Yeah, that's a save. Yep.
So that one was not luck. That was good defensive play because that is the only space that Estevao could use and Luke Shaw had it. Then the other 2 times they hit the crossbar. The second one comes off Fofana's arm anyway. So VAR was going to strip that one off because it comes off Fofana's arm. So the only chance that I say was there was Delap's. But Delap does not get a good contact with the ball because Mazraoui is already leaning into him. So it's not really a free header, but that was the chance there because a good striker still puts that on the target. But then you have to look at the last ball mistakes that United made because Bruno has a chance to play Luke Shaw and he decides to go straight, which he plays poorly and comes out apologizing to Luke Shaw. The one that Bruno is supposed to bring to give to Casemiro, and it gets intercepted because Bruno chooses the wrong time. It got intercepted and the goalkeeper made a very good save. That's a bad decision. There is one that Mbeumo delays to bring in the cross. That's also a bad decision. So United actually made bad decisions with the last ball. So if you look at if all teams played well offensively, then we still probably come out with a result, or at worst, we don't lose the game. So I just think that the boys understood the assignment and they took it.
Well, Man City, you took Man City to win. I took a draw, which I failed. And we both didn't get a point on the Chelsea and United game.
I regret that because I saw it. I remember saying that mediocre teams have gone there and picked points.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought I was being carried away, so that one hurt me.
But I don't know which is a bigger game, Spurs Brighton or Spurs Brighton. I mean, this is crazy. They had it. They had the game. I mean, and West Ham are 2 points away. They just need to drop one more point, and these guys then they become 3 points, and that's it. Cushion.
Yeah. Spurs had it. And if you talk about luck in games, I think Spurs had hard luck there because well played on the front foot. They had the chances. They were the better side in overall. But then it's the last minute. Just clear the ball if you're done so. Just clear it.
Yeah.
Just clear it, man. Just send it to the stands. Somebody said that the problem is some of these players, the managers have really instructed them not to like kick the ball way further, the defenders and the goalkeepers. That's why we are seeing so many issues of goalkeepers causing mistakes trying to play from the back, or defenders being caught trying to play from the back. So somebody saying, is it too much instruction to play from the back because you have the ball, hold the ball, look up, see a teammate or pass the ball, and then you get caught up because traditionally, like when we used to watch soccer in 2007, 2008, 2012, 2013, that ball is in the stands.
Yeah.
So it was just a simple clearance and Spurs have the 3 points. And then Danso decides to hold the ball and he gets caught on the ball and unfortunately they lose the 2 points. But I feel like they deserved it.
Well, deserved or not, that's not how football works. And it is becoming clearer and clearer that Spurs are at 31, 18, West Ham 33, 17. I mean, West Ham did not win, so they're lucky they did not stretch
Yeah.
it. So there's still hope for them after this result today. But before we get, well, I mean, I would love to talk about the Simmons goal and how brilliantly he played, but they dropped points. I mean,
He did play. The boy put in a shift, but also I'm saying that if it's your day, because yesterday was his day, if it's your day, do it maximally. Why did he hit the post? Why did
yeah,
Simmons hit the post was it in the first half?
yeah, first half, yeah,
Why did he not put that one away though? Because it's his day, man. Like he had an assist, he had a cracker, and he had that one.
yeah,
Because in Premier League, you can score a hat trick and lose a game,
yeah,
or you can
yeah.
score a hat trick and collect 1 point. So for once yesterday, he felt like the player that Spurs paid 70 million for. But when you look at how the results went, I'm sure back in the dressing room or at home, he was thinking about if I made it 2-0, maybe.
Game over.
Yeah, the game over at 2-0.
But
So
I
that's
mean, but look at that Mitoma goal, though, man. That's just, how do you even defend that? I mean, those are the kind of questions. What is wrong with you? Why are you scoring such a goal against us, man?
nah, you don't
You
defend that.
guys
I think
don't need these points. Why would you score such a goal?
you can't defend that. I think the goalkeeper just jumps to avoid blame. I
Yeah,
tried, but he just jumped
yeah,
for the sake of I tried, but you don't getting that. Off the post, boom. No, no chance.
yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it was just a tough day for Spurs, and they drop points, and hopefully for them they stay up. They've been giving me 6 points for the past 3 seasons, and I would want to keep ticking my 6 points. And they
I don't know.
started every season.
They're a good opponent. I don't know why I want them up. I'm not even sure if I want them up because they have been more difficult to me than even West Ham. At this point, I feel sorry for either of them because I just feel like sometimes I want big names to stay up, but they gotta do what they gotta do. If you can't do it,
It's
yeah,
a
I mean
it's a statement to us, big teams. It means you're not invincible. That's the point. It's not so far. At some point, the top six is definitely untouchable for relegation conversation. But if Spurs go down, I mean, you're just a little mismanagement away from fighting relegation. Clearly, 2, 3
United,
bad windows. You see?
United pulled out of that towards the last minute last
Yeah,
season. United and Spurs were neighbors.
yeah,
Spurs finished 17th. United was above Wolves on goal difference,
yeah,
and Wolves is going down. So we were there. We
yeah.
were there.
Yeah, so I don't want Spurs to go down for many reasons, but man, they gotta help themselves at the end of the day. Yeah, and we were both wrong. We both expected Spurs to win, and they just But on another team that there was a derby in Merseyside, Mo Salah's first in Hill Dickinson and the last also, apparently. But he scores a brilliant goal to put Liverpool ahead, and like old Mo Salah, this is what they signed 2 extra years for. This is what they wanted all season. This sharp on his toes, touch finish, things. This is what they wanted. Eventually, they managed to pull it off.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
too
know.
late.
Yeah,
Too late, but that's the Salah we've known.
yeah,
A very nice. You have to give credit also to that assist, because how Gakpo takes 4 people with that fleeting pass and sets it on the plate for Salah and to put it away. If you look at the chances that Salah has missed this season, similar to that, you just I mean, if you are Liverpool, you wish that maybe he announced his departure earlier in the season
yeah.
and just focused and
Yeah,
just
on
focused on
finishing the game.
finishing the game, because he's now showing the signs of the Salah we know. Maybe being benched versus PSG is provoking something out of him, because both games versus PSG he starts on the bench, and he didn't do well when he came on the second one too. But yesterday that was terrific.
Yeah.
I just don't get it also with Everton, because I put my money on Everton on this one, but I've said it over and over that Hill Dickinson is not Everton's home ground in terms of points.
Well, a last minute set piece. Why aren't they getting stick for set piece? I mean, man, it is no longer objective. It is hard to be an Arsenal fan.
I mean,
People genuinely hate Arsenal fans because Liverpool scored a last minute set piece to just practically steal the game from Everton. They did not deserve the 3 points. And no one is telling anything about them.
I mean, they are not in the title race. Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They're not in the title. The only conversation is Arsenal and City here. So, but if Liverpool put away 3 set pieces and won 3-0, I don't really think people will care so much. It's Arsenal that people are trying to deflate their tires. We try to deflate Arsenal's tires because they are the ones in the title. I mean, United, at some point, United was 1 set piece away from Arsenal, but who cared? United was number 6.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But what a captain's goal, though, by Van Dijk. I mean, right at the death for the 3 points to keep them right on pace with Man United and Aston Villa. I mean, that goal just meant Chelsea is out completely of the top 5 conversation.
They're out. Liverpool has to bring them in. Otherwise, they're out. But also, chances of Chelsea catching Liverpool versus Chelsea being caught by teams behind them, I think it's easier for Chelsea to be caught because they play Brighton midweek and Brighton might overtake them.
You're saying Chelsea to be caught. Chelsea have been caught. Chelsea are 48, Brentford 48, Bournemouth 48, Brighton 47.
So we're talking
Saying
about the likes. We're
they'll be
talking about
caught.
the likes of Bournemouth. So Bournemouth is also chasing Liverpool. No, it's not just Chelsea. Bournemouth
Yeah.
see themselves more likely to catch Liverpool than Chelsea to catch Liverpool.
At this point. Yeah, but we both gave Everton the win, and I mean, I'll be happy to lose that one. It's fine. I don't really care for Liverpool. If they want to win, they want to lose. It's on them. But another cracker was between Villa and Sunderland, and Villa said, "Nope, nope, nope. Man United are not going anywhere." I mean, the game just exploded. It's crazy. I watched the highlights and I was like, wow.
I mean, if you ever wondered why it was important for United to beat Chelsea, that was the reason there. Because he knew that Aston Villa had a difficult game, and I even went for a draw. I went for a tie on that game because I expected Aston Villa to have a difficult one. So when it went 3-3, I was like, this week I'm eating good here. I'm eating good. And then because I was watching Goal Rush. So Sunderland have a chance. and this guy tries to go above the keeper. When I wish that one went in because I'll still have lost my prediction.
Yeah, but Villa would stay behind.
Yeah, we were staying behind. 38 seconds later, Villa go ahead, man. But if you are a Villa fan, those are the type of wins that define your season. You don't win a title, but when you look back at your season, you are like, that game versus Sunderland.
Yeah, it kept us on pace. Yeah.
That's a very good win for them. And just like United, I think that one sealed Aston Villa's Champions League spot.
I mean, Unai Emery, he's kept up with Liverpool and United, and I mean, kudos to him. Even though he was up there and he dropped off, he didn't drop so far. He kind of maintained pace, not like Chelsea. Chelsea were there and they dropped off completely. So, but I get one for Villa, and you kind of failed on that one. So, the next game was between Newcastle and Bournemouth. I mean, crazy game.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
called that one.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I expected a tie because if you are Aston Villa, if you are Newcastle,
Newcastle.
you had just lost to Palace and now you are home. You need to come with something out of that game. Bournemouth are so stubborn, so Bournemouth take the lead. Aston Villa, Newcastle come back in, equalize, and then they look lively. They have the best of the chances. So the worst you are expecting of them is a tie.
Yeah.
They just lose concentration because Truffert starts with that ball all the way on the left side, sends the ball in and just continues running until he gets back in the box and gets a tap in. I think there was
Yeah.
lack of concentration there, and you get punished in the league.
Newcastle are very flat-footed. There is a lot of stalemate in the dressing room. You can feel it's almost like Chelsea, but yeah, and Bournemouth are on toes. So, but that puts Newcastle at what position? Let me check. Newcastle are 14, just above Leeds, one game away from Leeds. Newcastle are 42 and Leeds are 39. It's crazy. I mean, Newcastle are having a think of a season, is it?
They are only positive this season is they are staying up.
Yep. Yep. Apart from they played in the Champions League, but they got club at 7. Yeah, they are not a big club. Thing of expansion, Champions League, another conversation. But what are these guys doing there? I mean, this guy is 39, Newcastle 42. Aston Leeds 39. That's crazy when you think about it. But yeah, I got the point there, and again, I stole that one from you. Yeah. There was another crazy game between Nottingham and Burnley, and I think we both called it. But I mean, Gibbs White, just becomes crazy. I mean, that guy is magic.
Yeah, he's never scored more than one goal in a game, and then he pops up with a hat trick, and it's a hat trick of good goals.
Exactly. Within 10 minutes, like Burnley just crumbled and he just unlocked them. It was crazy. It's just like, this is the key. Oh, unlock this lock, because it just became so easy for him and they just crumbled.
Yeah, true. I think that puts them at a good spot in the survival battle, and also that form, if they keep it heading into the Europa League semis, you can always fight Aston Villa. And
Yeah, they have a chance. Yeah, they have a good squad.
Aston Villa have almost booked that Champions League spot. So Forest should need that one more if they're thinking about, if they're being way too ambitious and thinking about a Champions League. But for them, survival first is the most important thing, and they're doing what they have to do to survive.
Yeah. Yep. And they're playing well. I think that win almost makes them safe. I think it almost goes down to between West Ham and Tottenham now. Almost. It's almost going down to West Ham and Tottenham.
Yep.
But yeah, we both got that one. Brentford and Fulham was the first game of the weekend. I thought Fulham would win it. We you called it. You said draw, and it was a 0-0 game, and it really looked like a 0-0 game if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a clash about a team that has a very bad home form and a team that has a very bad away form. So unless the best bad form wins, but which was not going to happen.
Yeah,
So I didn't see which one wins there. If I was to go for one single team, maybe I should have gone with the home advantage, but I wasn't just convinced. Also considering that Fulham was coming off a loss to Liverpool, so a draw looked safe.
like yeah, yeah. Yeah, and another similar game played out today, which is also a London derby, just like this one. Palace played West Ham, and West Ham gaining 1 point means Wolves cannot catch them. Wolves' maximum points this season is 32. So they can only catch Tottenham, not West Ham anymore. But yeah,
Wolves are out.
Wolves are out now.
Yeah,
They
I think
can't catch
yeah,
17.
Wolves are out. They can't catch anybody.
No, they can catch Burnley though. They're 3 points away.
I mean, Burnley is going down.
They can catch each other.
They can catch this one. I knew West Ham needs it, but one thing I know is that Palace is a spoiler.
Yeah.
Palace is Sunderland kind of team. Those ones are there to spoil for you.
Yeah.
And I know you have it, and I think you have Palace and City have Palace. Those are teams that you approach carefully because Palace is just there to spoil. They will start with their last end for a minute, and then after that, Mateta comes to apologize because he had already gone to AC Milan. So every time he gets a chance to apologize to the fans, he has to stick it in the net.
Yeah.
Although he did do it today, but I think he has 3 goals in 2 games. So I was expecting them to cause trouble. I know West Ham is stubborn, but West Ham strikes me as Bournemouth a few days ago when Bournemouth was on a drawing board because West Ham just looks to me like a team that is not going to lose games. But at the same time, it doesn't really convince me that it's a team that's going to put teams to bed. I mean, when they put Wolves away, but Wolves is already relegated, and Wolves had beaten them by 4, I think, by 4. So
Nailed the puzzle.
yeah. So they strike me as a team that might draw their way into survival because they are stubborn, but they're just not killing people. So this tie looked a little bit likely.
Well, you called it because you got that and I didn't get. Let's see, man. You look like you have a lot of them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, there is Leeds against Wolves, and I mean Leeds pumped Wolves 3-0, and we both called it.
True.
Yeah. So you have City, Palace, Nottingham, Brentford, and Leeds, and I have Newcastle, Villa, Nottingham, and Burnley. 4.
Wow. This is the highest
Starting
I've
to
gotten.
drift away, is it?
This is the highest I've gotten in over a month, man.
Man, it's been a while since we got such figures. Yeah, it was 2-3, 2-3-4, 2-3-4. But I sit at 86 now, and you sit at 88. Matchweek 34.
Looks like I'm gaining a cushion.
I only need one matchweek. I'm gonna pull 2 wild cards like Bournemouth there, and which other one did I pull? It was it was the only one. Otherwise, I would be cooked.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You pulled the bone. Oh yeah, the Bournemouth one. Yeah, that's the one you pulled out of.
But the Villa one was almost likely.
Yeah, the Villa one was almost likely because after I went for a tie, I was like, maybe I'm just choosing a tie because
You
that's
don't
what I
want the
want.
result, yeah.
Yeah. But that one you pulled that one. The one I should have pulled, I still regret. I should have pulled the United one.
The United one,
I should
yeah.
have pulled it.
The United one, you could have had that one, yeah. And if I was a logic person, I should just have known Man City were probably going to get their 3 points of the Etihad. We played well,
I
okay,
can't
but Man City are going to get 3 points of the Etihad.
I can't blame you because it was weird that I put my money on a tie. I think if United played City, I'll go for United because I want to enjoy the game and I can't kill my hopes.
Yeah.
I can't kill my hopes. If I were you, I'll still choose. I'll choose Arsenal.
Yeah. But we have 4 more match weeks. Man, at this rate, you might leave me behind, but I'll
And we
see
start,
you on match week 34,
we
which
start
starts
tomorrow. You know?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.